4:30 on September 14th out on Ballston Road. A gentleman who normally isn't home that time of day, about 4:30, heard a bunch of noise, and out in front of his house is the railroad. Thinking that something happened to the train, he went out to investigate. And what he found was a pickup that was towing a trailer, apparently went off the road and traveled some, the best we can guesstimate, about 130 to 140 yards. Lost his trailer, came to rest, and that's what he heard. He went to investigate, found a 65-year-old gentleman in the truck. The truck was not damaged, and he was unconscious and unresponsive. Used his cell phone to call 911, and he very humbly says that the dispatchers were awesome. Helped us stay focused. The 65-year-old gentleman was pulseless and not breathing. And when talking to him, he said he was focused. The dispatchers there at Wycombe helped him stay focused. And he did CPR by himself for 5 minutes. Until a rescue from Ballston got there, assessed the situation. Our medic unit was about a minute out, and we had an automatic external defibrillator that said shock advised. This individual, 65-year-old gentleman, ultimately was shocked 9 different times from the time they were treated on scene and through the subsequent transport to the hospital. On the 9th time, his heart started again. And this was after continuous CPR by the crews, a wide variety of different medicines. He had an airway, was admitted in the emergency department subsequently with a perfusing blood pressure, a heart rate, and making some attempts to breathe. He was heavily sedated and spent several days in the intensive care unit. He had good prognosis. On day 4, he woke up and took the breathing tube himself out. Very much conscious, awake, alert, oriented, absolutely no neurological deficits. Spent another couple of days in the ICU, was put into a room that was not in the intensive care unit. Talked about being in the right place at the right time. He went into cardiac arrest again, was defibrillated. The next day was sent to Portland, had some heart surgery, and last Monday was fitted for an internal defibrillator and was discharged home to his loved ones for further recovery with absolutely no brain damage whatsoever. Gentlemen, we'd like to recognize tonight kept this individual alive for us to be able to do our job. Seldom do we have any what we refer to as true cardiac saves. These are saves where somebody has taken that step forward and helped somebody in their time of need. Helps us, as far as the pre-hospital care providers, do our job. But statistically, and science bears out, for every minute that goes by when somebody's in cardiac arrest, the chances of successfully surviving decreases by 10%. Was at least 5 minutes that he was doing CPR. Talking with this individual, he said it was probably several minutes before he started CPR. So it's very clear, even 8 minutes, potentially, by the time this individual had his first shock. The gentleman is interesting enough, has family in Ballston, and I've had a niece of his, the patient, staying in close contact with me and tell you how small the world is. She is a member of the State Fire Marshal's office. We'd like to recognize tonight a gentleman that lives out in Ballston that without his help, we would not be in the position and he would not have, well, what do I want to say? Bottom line is, this guy would not have survived without Mr. Jed McMullen's help. Jed, would you...